Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So in this short video, we're going to look at something called the find first algorithm. And what the find first algorithm does is it takes an array of items. So here's my list, 2, 6, 3, and 1. And then it takes a target, which is in this case number 3, and it tells us two things. Number 1, is 3 in that array? And then secondly, if it is in the array, what index can I find it at? And this can be useful when we're searching through long lists of names, pupil IDs, car registrations, whatever. Whenever you're searching through a long list, you could use this approach. So what I'd like you to do is to pause the video and put together your own trace table, and then we'll run through it in the video and compare our results. So here's my trace table so that we can evaluate the algorithm. I've got a variable called target. So there's my variable target. I've got a variable called items, a variable called index, and then a variable called found. And then I've got this condition, this predicate, not found. And then I've got this predicate, here. And then here's my output channel. Okay, and what we're going to do is to run through the algorithm using a trace table and then just compare that with the output that we get. So I'm also going to use the debugger here just to highlight the line of code that we're currently looking at so that you can map what's happening in the code to what's happening on the trace table. So first of all, I've put a breakpoint at line 1. I'm going to press the debugger. Going to press run the debugger and then run the currently active Python file. And then just bring that over to here so we can see the code. Okay, so target equals 3. So let's put a 3 in my target variable. Items is 2631. Index is -1. Found equals false. Okay, so we now have our first condition or predicate, not found. Well, found is false, so not found is true, which means we'll go around the loop. So index equals index plus 1. Well, it was -1, so now it's going to be 0. Items, well, index is 0, so items 0 is going to be the value 2. And 2 doesn't equal the target, which is 3. So 2 doesn't equal 3. So this is going to be false. Okay. And then because we're not doing that line of code, it scoots back up to the top of the while loop again. Okay, so found is currently false. So not found would be true. Index is going to equal index plus 1. Items 1 is 6. So items 1 equals 3 is going to be false. So now we go back up to the top of the while loop. Found is currently false, so not found becomes true, which means we go into the loop again. Index now equals index plus 1. Items index, well, index is now 2. So items 2 is 3. 3 equals 3. So now I put true here. And that's also going to set my found variable to being true. And now when I come back up to my while loop, found is true, so not found is false, which means we're going to stop going around the while loop and come out, and then come down to this line here, which says I've found the target at 2. So my output becomes found 3 at 2. Program ends. Okay, so don't forget, when you're comparing your trace table to mine, what's important is that the values in the columns match, not the spaces, okay? So if you've put lots of changes on a single line, that's up to you, that's fine. As long as the order of the values of the columns still stays the same. That's what you'll get marked on in the exam. Okay, so hopefully you've got that spot on correct. I'm sure you have. If you have any questions, let me know. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.